And thank you to our witnesses. Thank you for holding this hearing today. It continues to, this hearing continues to illustrate what I have said many times, the disdain, the contempt with which the majority party looks at business owners, employers, job creators generally, and the attitude that's continued to be demonstrated that left to their own devices, employers would abuse and exploit or are abusing and exploiting their workers. And you continue to have government-proposed solutions to problems that largely don't exist, and to just make it more difficult for employers and businesses and job creators, again, across the country. And in this case here, this proposal and this bill that would, for example, that would mandate that domestic workers, so home health care workers, many of us are caring for our parents, our grandparents. That is a cultural or a widespread issue now today for so many folks, taking care of those who need help at home. And so this would mandate that in-home health care workers, in-home caretakers, for example, would have to be paid, have earned sick time, and would have to have rest breaks and meal breaks, for which I presume they would not be permitted to do any work or to be on call. So you have an in-home healthcare worker for your mother, your grandparent, who now you have to provide, under this proposal, time off during the day, break time, meal time, during which they couldn't be on call or be able to be asked to do work for the individual. So I guess you'd need two people now instead of one. Wouldn't you have to bring somebody in to cover? I mean, how would that impact practically? How would that apply practically in the home there?
I'm assuming the questions.
Mr. DeCamp, I'm sorry.
I will note, in fairness, there is an exception to the meal and rest requirements for individuals who are responsible for the personal safety of an individual. So that requirement is alleviated where personal safety would be at issue. But for a number of these types of workers, that exemption might not apply. And so the issue is, if the coverage is essential, if you have to have somebody and it's not a personal safety issue, then you would need a second worker there, or you would have the option of paying for 2 additional hours of pay at the employee's regular rate for every day worked.
One of the other provisions is that it would amend Title VII of the Civil Rights Act to apply to every employer, not just those with 15 or more. So if a family, let's say a Christian family, wants to have a Christian in-home healthcare worker to look after their loved one, someone that's going to help take care of them, and that was a part of what they were looking for, someone like them, if you will, in the home, how would this impact that ability?
Oh, goodness, nobody knows. I think that would potentially raise serious constitutional issues. And right now, Title VII would not allow an employer to choose or not choose a worker based on religion when religion wasn't essential to the function itself. And here, trying to figure out whether the law would allow a Christian family or a family of any denomination to choose a care provider based on their denomination, the bill on its face does not allow it. I think that would be a matter left for litigation, and a litigation on that kind of matter could bankrupt a family.
Yeah, to think that we would open up a family to punitive action by the federal government on that basis, let alone litigious action, because they want to choose whomever they want to take care of on whatever basis they want to, basically, to come into the home to take care of their loved one, whether it was a child who had a special need, whether it was, again, a parent or someone that had a special need. So further thoughts that you might have on what that would do to those individuals?
I think it would drive a lot of people out of the market for purchasing those services in the first place, because it's just too much of a headache. It's too much of a risk to take that you're going to expose yourself as a family to bankrupting level litigation and enforcement exposure to have somebody in your home.
Well, thank you for your candid answers, and yield back, Madam Chairman.